Hello there, folks. We're kicking it a little bit old school tonight. Yeah. That's right. I'm kind of in between on things right now because, as you know, my other camera, which I've been using recently, it has a stupid autofocus feature. So during my videos, it tends to go blurry, and that fucks up the video, and I'm not having that anymore. So I decided to buy a new camera, and it's currently in the mail, and hopefully I'll get it by next week. Well, I'll definitely get it sometime next week. But in the meantime, I wanted to make a dip review, but I didn't want it to be blurry. So what we're using tonight is my old webcam. Every video I made from April 2011, when I opened the channel, to probably 2012 was on this camera. Along with all my vlog TV shows, Vaughn live shows, this camera has been with me for 5 years, and it's been through a lot. So yeah, we're kicking it kind of old school. The only difference is we're recording in HD this time, so there's no black bars right about here. Only difference. So it might look a little grainy, but it kind of actually doesn't look too bad. So yeah, I'm drinking some fruit punch on the rocks. No alcohol, just fruit punch and ice on the rocks. It's quite good. Hey, what are you drinking? I'll take a fruit punch on the rocks. Here you go. Hey, thanks! So yeah, quite delicious. As you can tell, my lips look kind of reddish. I don't care, it's very good. I was in the mood for Gatorade last night, and we didn't have any Gatorade, so what's the closest thing I could fix up? Fruit punch. It works. So what are we dipping today? Well, a bud of mine, Cody, who I've been talking to on Facebook, was generous to send me 2 cans. And in return, I sent him an autographed tin. Empty tin, of course. So if you ever send me dip, by the way, like if someone could send me Copenhagen Mint, which I don't, you know, if you can PM me, I would pay for the dip if you'd like, and I would send you an autographed tin. I like to be fair. I like to give back. I don't just like to take. It's just how I am. But a bud of mine, Cody, was generous to send me 2 dips that they don't sell around here, which would be Red Seal Natural Long Cut, future review, and what we're dipping tonight, Red Seal Wintergreen Long Cut. That's right. So thanks, Cody. You rock. So the presentation. Very interesting. First of all, please take note, always 25% more tobacco, and that's true. Because your typical tin of any dip is 1.2 ounces. This is 1.5 ounces. You can't read it, but it says it. And the tin is, and you can tell because, first of all, there's a lot of packed in here, and also the tin is bigger. I don't know if you can tell in video, but let me show you. And I'm also not sure how this will go on video. But see, first of all, it's taller than the Grizzly tin. And also, there's a little plastic ring on this. You can fit the Grizzly tin smug in there, and it's bigger. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So the presentation over the years has changed significantly. It's very shiny. It really grabs your eye, and the letters dent out and everything, and it looks nice, I think. Has a nice little design there. It's different. It's interesting. I like it. Even though it might not look it because it's gold colored, it is actually a plastic lid. Believe it or not, it is. And so plastic lid, plastic bottom, but it's sturdy still. And let's take a look at the date. Oh, awesome date. Whatever I buy around here, I never get a date this good. Sell by March 9th, 2014. That's a really good date. So let's open her up and take a whiff of the scent. Artificial comes to mind first of all. You still smell the tobacco and you smell the wintergreen, but it has a big artificial undertone, and we're gonna get to that later because it does come up later. But yeah, you know, it's kind of got a strong scent. It's not quite as much as Grizzly where you're like, but it is nonetheless artificial and strong. So I don't know why I seem to have a little bit of trouble packing these. tins because they're bigger, and they have this fine ring along the edge, and when you pack it, the finger hits it, and it's actually kind of hurts a little bit. I don't know. It doesn't kill, but it's, you know, it does something to you. An okay packing job. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say, oh, I did a good job. No, I didn't. At least I'm modest. Alright, let's pack a lip, I guess. We'll see what the fuck we can get here. Okay, pretty big lip, fairly big lip. Let's get it in there before it falls apart, shall we? We shall. A little bit messy there. There we go. Alrighty. You know, something too. Sorry, I kind of packed a bigger lip than I should have on video. Another thing too, though, is when you close the lid, you don't get that snap that you always get. It's kind of muted. It still closes, but interesting. Interesting indeed. It's fucking 4 in the morning, alright? So I'm a little bit loopy. People tend to like my videos where I am, though, so. Pretty big lip. Nice lip. The flavor is very... it's interesting. It really is, and I like that. I like trying to dip. You know, I hate trying to dip and it's like, this tastes exactly like this. I like to try dips where they taste much different than anything else out there. Because it's interesting that they're doing their own thing. I like that. This dip is very, very interesting because as you're dipping it, for me, it swings from being artificial, tasting good, and it's like, to me it's like, it tastes, sorry, my thoughts are all over the place because it's so different. But if I were to sum it up like this, it would be a wintergreen mixed with a natural with an artificial undertone. It's very interesting, and it's definitely not like any other wintergreen out there. Very cool. I can't compare it because it's just on its own. It's much different. I really can't put it into any category where it would be like any other dip. It has a pretty good long cut. It's probably a little bit shorter than Grizzly. Probably more like Copenhagen wintergreen. It has a pretty good cut on it. See, it doesn't have huge strands hanging down, but I know you can't really see it that well on this camera. Sorry, that will be resolved soon. I ordered a Logitech C920 HD webcam, so. But it doesn't really fall. It has a good cut on it. Good cut. Texture, like all wintergreens. This is just a well-known thing. This is just how wintergreens are. Pretty abrasive in the lip. It's pretty rough on the lip and the gums. It's abrasive on the gums. All wintergreens are tough on the gums. That's just how they are. And it packs together very well. You don't really get any floaters. Nothing happens. They just kind of stay there, which is good. Yeah, nice burn. Wintergreens always give me a good burn. Plus, I've been dipping in this lip for about 2 days straight. A lot of Grizzly 1900 and all that shit, so I'm getting a pretty good burn from it. Surprisingly, I don't really feel much nicotine with this stuff, actually. I'm not going to say it has none, because I have a pretty high tolerance, so that's pretty understandable. But, I don't know. Maybe a little less, about the same as Copenhagen. You get nice spit from this stuff. A nice dark spit at that. So that's good. That really applies to all wintergreens. All wintergreens, even though they taste different, some have different cuts, they share a lot of common things, even though they're made from different people by different companies, different brands. Wintergreens always share some, yeah, they share shit. And lastability. I have a pretty good lip-in, yeah. Pretty decent lip-in, and yeah, this stuff lasts a long time, actually. I was just, earlier tonight, I cracked it open and put a pretty big lip-in before dinner. Had Papagenos. And yeah, I had a lip-in for like a fucking hour and a half. So it lasts a good amount of time, which is always great. I love that. Aftertaste. Actually, there's a pretty mild aftertaste. For a dip that's pretty bold and a little bit artificial and different, it doesn't really leave much of an aftertaste, so that's all there is to say about that. And now we have shoutouts. We have 5 today, back to the normal amount after last video where I gave like 8 or something like that. I believe it was 8. Okay, so, first of all, Chub Fucka, Afro Dipper, and Yankee Dipper. Those are my top 3. Check all of them out. And then we have Stokers and Smokers and Jake's Reviews Full. So check them all out. And now it's time for the rating of Red Seal Wintergreen. It's very interesting. It's interesting. It's a lot different. You know, I've heard people say good things about this stuff. Most notably Cajun Tiger. And by the way, yes, we still talk to this day, and we're still friends and everything. In case you were wondering, he's not dead. He always said that this stuff was pretty good. And I think it's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I couldn't dip it every day. But it's interesting, which I like. I'm very glad I got to try it, so thanks again, Cody, for sending me this on the natural, which will be reviewed very soon. But it's definitely not my favorite Wintergreen, and it's just okay. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's not terrible. Definitely try it. You got to try everything once. So, yeah, more interesting than it is good, but it's not terrible. So yeah, Red Seal Wintergreen, that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Please excuse my shitty webcam for this video, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.